From a referee fixing games to a sabotage pizza given to Michael Jordan, these are the most controversial cheating scandals in NBA history. Basketball is an incredibly competitive sport. Players and coaches are always trying to find an edge by any means possible. But sometimes, in the heat of battle, the need to win overcomes players and coaches alike. Sometimes even the best of us get carried away and cross the line. But have you ever heard of a referee getting some of the action? We'll start with one of the weirdest scandals you will ever hear about. In 2007, referee Tim Donaghy was fixing the results of games and profiting from it. You heard that correctly. A referee was deciding games. See, fans, sometimes the refs really do cost you the game. Let's keep this in mind, that even a single call can swing the result of an NBA game. Tim Donaghy made hundreds of calls throughout his career. He influenced results on a weekly basis. Then he and his friends in Las Vegas bet on the games and made millions. That's one way to supplement your income, even if you are paid six figures. The big-time Vegas gamblers won 15 bets out of 15 of Tim's games. The odds of this happening are 32,768 to 1. Talk about shifting the odds in your favor. But the dream wouldn't stay alive for long. The feds came knocking on his door, and the media went wild for Tim Donaghy. Soon enough, he was arrested and jailed. He served 15 months in prison. And he wrote a book giving his perspective on the incident. Even on the inside, he's trying to make a quick buck. Now, cheating to make a quick buck is one thing, but injecting yourself with drugs to get a competitive edge over your opponents is on a whole other level. In the 2015 season, Lamar Odom was caught in the middle of a drug scandal that threatened his career and his life. He was found unconscious in a notorious brothel in Nevada, rushed to the hospital in a critical state, and searched for drugs, to which he tested positive for cocaine and other drugs. The undisclosed drugs in question were reported to be alcohol and herbal Viagra, but the workers at the brothel said Odom was using hard narcotics. And Odom was seen on security video, taking a pull from a plastic bag in his pocket. Although it's unclear whether he played in this state, it's hard to imagine this level of addiction staying off the court. In a bizarre turn of events, his estranged wife, Khloe Kardashian, stood by his bedside while he recovered, even dismissing their divorce filing until he was back on his feet. That sure would have been a nasty surprise to wake up to. For the incident, Odom was suspended for 8 games by the NBA. While Odom's behavior was bizarre, some NBA players took a more sinister approach to their cheating. The use of steroids and performance-enhancing drugs, or PEDs, has been an issue in the NBA for years. The most notable was the case of O.J. Mayo. O.J. was banned from the NBA in 2016 for violating the NBA's drug program. It's unknown what drug he took. The NBA and O.J. have stayed tight-lipped on the situation, but we can assume that he was being a naughty boy. The NBA does not take drug use lightly. You can be banned for one-time use of what they call drugs of abuse. This is just a fancy term that includes MDMA, LSD, opiates, and other party drugs. It's well known that NBA players work hard and play hard. Maybe OJ got too excited one Friday night. He should have known better, but his slip-up cost him years out of the NBA. If you thought that was bad, take a listen to the case of Rashard Lewis and learn how much one little mistake can cost a star player.
Lewis, that's a 3. Rashard Lewis with his...
In 2009, Orlando Magic forward Rashard Lewis was banned for 10 games after failing a drug test. The test showed elevated testosterone levels that point to an array of possibilities. Lewis claimed he took an over-the-counter supplement and didn't realize the substance was banned by the NBA. Sure, Rashard, that's what they all say. Lewis took a massive pay cut because of the ban. His 10-game suspension was served without pay, which when you add it up, it came to $160,000 per game, or $1.6 million for the 10 games. That's possibly the most expensive supplement ever purchased. The NBA sure is strict on its drug policy, but $1.6 million is just scratching the surface. I bet Joakim Noah would have loved to lose only that amount. In 2017, the Knicks' Joakim Noah was slapped with a massive 20-game penalty. He also appealed that he was taking an over-the-counter supplement. But as we know, the NBA isn't taking anyone. Because of a knee injury, the 20-game ban was served at the start of the following season, causing the center to miss almost half the season. Like Rashard Lewis, the ban was served without pay. His contract was worth $72 million at the time, so the ban cost Noah a whopping $3 million. Noah needed to keep his nose clean from then on, as a repeat offense would cost him a 45-game ban. But none of the cheating paid off, as the Knicks waived Noah in 2018. And he was called the worst signing in New York Knicks franchise history. Better luck next time, Noah. Maybe keep out of the medicine cabinet. But now for something completely different. The players are always making mistakes on the field, while the back office almost always gets off scot-free. Sometimes the boys in suits get their noses dirty too. We all know about Bill Belichick and his legions of cameras spying on opposition teams in 2007, allowing his golden boy Tom Brady to go all the way to the Super Bowl. But did you know the Golden State Warriors took a leaf out of Belichick's book? Yep, in 2019, the NBA was rocked by accusations made by the New Orleans Pelicans that the Golden State Warriors were spying on them. We're not talking about binoculars, secret codes, and fedoras. The Warriors simply ordered an official to watch a Pelicans huddle during a game. The Golden State Warriors have no chill. How about worrying about your own backyard before looking over the fence at your neighbor? This is a low-tech solution to a problem that did not exist. The club was given a slap on the wrist in the form of a small fine of $35,000. Belichick would have killed for that kind of treatment. If you thought the Warriors' problems couldn't get any worse, you couldn't be more wrong. The off-court problems only got worse for the Warriors in 2019, when an investor, Mark Stevens, was fined a whopping $500,000 for pushing and cursing at Toronto guard Kyle Lowry. Lowry stumbled into the seats at courtside, only to be physically and verbally abused by Golden State Warriors fans, including Stevens. I'm sure Stevens was simply looking out for his investments, but Lowry wasn't happy. He wanted Stevens banished from the NBA, calling Stevens' behavior unacceptable. Fair enough. Players need to protect themselves from all angles and shouldn't have to worry about flying fists from the sidelines. From sideline fights to a conspiracy theory, Michael Jordan's 1997 flu game has gone down in folklore as one of the toughest games ever played. But did you know there were accusations of cheating against the Utah Jazz? The official story is that Jordan had a severe case of the flu, but some have speculated that the illness was the result of food poisoning. It's suggested that the pizza delivered to Jordan was tainted with spoiled toppings, sauce, and cheese. Standing at 6'6" and 216 pounds, Michael would have destroyed that tainted pizza, but as we all know, it was all in vain. Michael went out and dominated, scoring 38 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists, while appearing physically spent.
Michael Jordan sucking air, got their back.
I guess not even botulism can keep Michael down. So there you go, boys and girls. From a referee fixing games to allegations of spying tactics, these are the most controversial cheating scandals in the NBA.